Testing 1, 2. Let's go. All right, we clear. Mic clear. Testing 1, 2. My mic sound good? We good? Let's go. Let's do this thing on a Wednesday. It's Thursday. I say Wednesday. It's Thursday. Oh, hell. Let's go. Let's go live. You're listening to Mountaintop Network Radio. You're listening to Mountaintop Network.
Our shirts range from infants to adult 5X. We make shirts for groups.
They said I could never talk good sports radio.
What you talking about, Will?
But I told them.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So I found out.
It's a transmitter. It's a radio for speaking.
So I saw the light talking sports radio.
I have seen the light!
So I thought about starting Rev T Sports Revival.
By George, he's got it. By George, he's got it.
People are saying,
you can see how you have progressed in the show, and I'll tell you what, man, it shows. I mean, it totally shows.
And our callers are saying this, right? Man, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
No. The show seems really good. You seem like you have a lot of fun. This is why I called in, and you both know your sport. So it's always fun talking to people that know their sports. That's why I like to call in whenever I get a chance.
And after I introduce my guests, they say,
for that big intro, I don't know whether to make you my agent or have you call my mom.
Our guests are saying this.
Your broadcast always edifies, and y'all were inspirational. You're unselfish. You don't whitewash anything. You deal with the real problems and issues, whether they popular or unpopular.
And they saying, I'm sounding like this great legend that had a mouthpiece in the radio business.
Man, you talking sports over there like T.D. Green, man. That's what I like about Rev T Sports Revival.
But most of all, this. Hey, Fred, what you think about the Rev T Sports Revival?
Hey, well, you tell them, Rev T, if they ears ain't used to great talk radio, they need to adjust. Because at the end of the day, being different ain't being wrong. It's just being who you are. They scared to be who they are. They probably shouldn't be listening to your show anyway.
Why tweet about it when you could talk about it on the Rev T Sports Revival? Believe that, baby. March with me. Yeah! Y'all know what time it is. And if you don't, let me get your minds right. We live right on the mountaintop, baby. It's the Rev T Sports Revival. I'm Tavon Fennell at the Real Rev T. I'm so glad to be here with the people. I tell it to the high. I tell it to the cold. You gotta come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. I ain't got no time for nobody signifying, and I damn sure don't want to talk to nobody that be good lie. So listen here, I want you to lace your boots up, strap them up real tight, and come on and march with me. Thursday, y'all, December 14th, 2017. Y'all ready? Come on, let's go. March with me. Ow!
Give it a top now. Oh. One more time.
Yeah! Y'all know I like to always start the show out with that good crank. Y'all don't know nothing about that. 703-763-4979 is the number y'all want to call in. Talk a little bit of sports. Yeah. So, let's get right on into the show, y'all. I got a whole lot of things I want to talk about and put out on the table. And if you got something you want to put out on the table, listen here, for Thursday, we going to call it Make It Able and put it on the table Thursday. How y'all like that? That sound good to y'all? It sound good to me. So anything that's happening in the world of sports, we want y'all to lay it down by the riverside. Right? Good. Listen here, right? Okay, let's start out the first thing that come to my mind. Well, let's do this. LeVar Ball and his sons, the little Ball children. The little Ball children, they done signed a contract with them people in Lithuania, right? $500 a month, right? Okay, we all know why that was done. We already know why that was done. One, because he a Bama, and two, his sons really wasn't going to get no playing time. The oldest one at UCLA, and then the youngest one, he done pulled him out of high school. So whatever, at the end of the day, he's ruined these young men's career. At some point, you know, when it comes down to it, this thing with LeVar Ball and where he's going with this with his kids, Rich Turpin, you get up with me when I get off these airways, Rich Turpin. I see everything. I see everything, Rich Turpin, and good morning to you. Good morning to my cousin Deborah Fennell, big brother Eric Crowder, Senior. We see you, Kevin Coon, good morning to you. The lovely Lisa Butler, good morning to you. They go Crystal and Dad, seeing the bit of y'all, the motivational minutes, they coming up on our next break. The lovely Nia Randall Gregory, that's my cousin, good morning. Dion Dante Brace, good morning, champion. I see you. But at the end of the day, though, this thing with LeVar Ball, what he doing with these young boys, his sons, in my eyes, he hurting them young boys' career. And at the end of the day, it's all about another year and a half or so now, you'll start to see it all blow up in his damn face. The Big Brawler brand, I'm not knocking. Cool. I'm cool with that. Okay, everybody got to change. The entrepreneur, man, I'm not knocking that. Even if Alabama want to sell $500 damn tennis shoes. Hell, hey, they was paying them for Jordans. So I'm not knocking the man that, but what he's doing to his sons, though, I'm not too much in compliance with that. That's the first thing I wanted to get out there. But now, good morning to my godmother, Barbara Bray. Good morning to you. But now, though, let's get down to it, though. Warren Sapp, Marshall Falk, and a couple of other people, they were suspended from the NFL Network for sexually harassing a former stylist. It's been said that he peed in front of the plaintiff and that he gave vibrators he distributed to his colleagues for Christmas. And I must say, I went and looked up them vibrators, them $200 damn vibrators. And Warren Sapp was giving them for Christmas gifts to the ladies, not to the men. But Warren Sapp is coming out and saying, and y'all know I know Warren Sapp, and I mess with Warren, good dude, whatever, but if Warren been raping like Kobe, you're filling them women up, you wrong. See, let's talk about it. First thing first, before people start crucifying people and trying to nail people to the cross, don't act like you ain't got no freak in you. But at the end of the day, though, it's a difference between freakiness and raping. See, when you be freaky and they freaky back with you, then y'all freaky together. But when you freaky or one of the parties freaky, and then one of the freaky say, the parties say no to the freakiness, but you trying to still do the freakiness, then you in violation. I'm just saying. A lot of people coming out right now with that freakiness. You know, I'm just saying that. And freakiness. Unauthorized freakiness is called sexual harassment. Unauthorized freakiness is when a woman or even a man tell you no to back up off of them in a sexual manner. That's considered sexual harassment, and it could be considered rape. So because they are football players or athletes, it doesn't omit them from the cause. So at the end of the day, yes. Yes. Solid. Okay. And so, at the end of the day, I had to take that phone. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you know, these men getting caught up in this foolishness, they get what they get. They really do get what they get. And at the end of the day, you sending $200 vibrators to a woman or whatever, a co-worker, man, you violating. Would you would you give a vibrator to your mama for Christmas? Man, don't give me the line. Don't give me the talker. But listen here though, y'all. I tell y'all what. We're gonna take a break real quick. Well, no. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll be right back. Let's go.
We are back at it. This is Crystal Adair with Motivational Minutes, because we stay in it to win it. Amen. Motivational speaker here and author. Go on Amazon.com and check out a copy of my book. It is called Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. My life story, my testimony, and I promise that it will only bless your life. Family, I do not know who this message is for on today, but I do know that it is for somebody. I also know that I am preaching to myself in as much as I am encouraging someone out there. Family, what I want to say to you on today is that A delay is not always a denial. A delay is not always a denial. Just because God is asking you to wait on something does not mean that God is necessarily telling you no. You see, in our human frame, it is so easy for us to become discouraged or depressed or frustrated when something or the process is not moving along as quickly as we feel that it should. But see, our timing is not God's timing. We may be saying, but God, I am ready now. I want it now. Why can't I have it now? And God is saying right back to you, not right now. You see, his answer is not always no. Sometimes he's just saying, not right now. Sometimes God needs to perfect something in you. He needs to get something right in you before he answers this prayer and gives you whatever this blessing may be. The other times, God may be saying, I have something better for you. But I need for you to hold on. I need for you to exercise some faith. I need for you to believe that I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. God is not always telling you no when you're waiting on a prayer to be answered. Sometimes he's simply just saying, not right now, or I have something better. But you got to let God work that thing out in your favor, and you got to let him work some things out in you so you can be truly ready to receive that glorious blessing. This is Crystal M. Adair with Motivational Minutes. I love you, family. Please make sure you go out and get a copy of my book, Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. It's right there on Amazon.com. And as always, a shout out to the awesome Mountaintop Network Radio, where the people's voice and these motivational minutes can be heard.
Y'all know that's my original theme music right there. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, we live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at the Real Rev T. And y'all Bammers know one thing that's good and definite and true. When the Washington Redskins do bad, RG3 appears. Did y'all just hear what I said? When the Washington Redskins be doing bad, why RG3 always appear? Let me show you how he. See, that's RG3. That's RG3 when the Redskins win, right? But now, when the Redskins losing, here go RG3. See me, see me, see me, see me, see me. See me? That's RG3 for you. So the Bama went on ESPN yesterday. Notice he went on First Take or whatever. He ain't go to ESPN 980 with Scott Jackson, Brian Mitchell, and Doc Walker. Oh, no. See, he go pick his poison where he go and talk that shadiggity bop and shadiggity bang. Like last time he went to go talk to Grant Paulson. He went to go talk to Grant Paulson. So at the end of the day, you know, he come to surface, my guys. Damn it, ain't none of these players in that locker room your guys. No more. I really don't even think, oh what? Who, Trent Williams or somebody? Niles Paul? Right. So at the end of the day, why did this Bama always have to surface when the Redskins doing bad? But why does drama always have to come up when the Redskins doing bad? See, let's talk about it. DJ Swearinger, he coming out. He came out with some comments and some people trying to figure out, was it directed at the coaches? Was it directed at the players, his teammates, or whatever? Josh Norman raising hell talking about he came here to win and they not winning. You hearing all this foolishness and drama start to hit the fan now. And if you've been following me, none of this that's happening right now when it comes to the Washington Redskins will surprise you. None of this. Because I told you that this was going to happen. It's called the blame game. Some people blaming it on Kirk Cousins' $25 million. It's Kirk Cousins' damn fault. You couldn't sign nobody. Shut up. You don't know the damn thing about the salary cap. Be quiet. Sit down. Be humble. See, that's the first little tier of people we got to get out of the way. Then the second tier of people is these babies that talk about injuries. The hell with this. Next man up. Then you got the players, playing the blame game. Oh, it's the coach's fault. Oh, it's the way we prepare for. And let's not forget the yellow media. The wide receivers don't like Kirk Cousins. They done went and grabbed RG Please from the parking lot league. Hell, he ain't even in the parking lot league. They won't even let his ass in. And he like to talk about, he had some teams that wanted him, but they wasn't the right fit for him. But you still over here talking about ain't nobody pick you up. Well, if you had a team to go play on RG3, why you ain't go play on it? But just ask me why you seem to want to surface up when the Redskins doing bad. And start saying that your guys should diggity bop about your bang. My guys. Them ain't your guys. And you better be careful because guess what? There might not be Kirk Cousins guys no more neither. And when you want to look about it, I always say the first people that you want to start blaming is some of y'all fans. $25 million for Kirk Cousins with $24 million, whatever. Oh, y'all wrote, Kirk Cousins. He's $25 million. So he better play like $25 million. He better play like he'll play at $25 million. Oh, Kirk Cousins. RG3 lovers. But at the end of the day, though, what's happening here is confusion. And I say this, and I'm going to stand on this. If you've been following the sports revival with nothing you see going on with the Washington Redskins right now, it would have you at unease right now. I said we know what type of defense we got about the 7th, 8th game of the season. We understand it a whole lot better. Top 10 or bottom 15. Well, they done sunk back to the damn bottom. And the promise that Greg Minuski and Thomas Zula then gave to the people when it came to the defense, guess what? They ain't casting the check in. And then you got a pass rusher and Junior Gillette that you done let come back over the last 2 years after injury. And now he a whole lot better than played all 13, 14 games this season. And guess what? Junior Gillette say, I want to get the hell out of here. Gotta go. I'm just saying. So Jordan Reed, Rashad Breeland, if Mike Underwood, I think you're going to get your wish, especially after they benched him in the game against the Chargers and put Quentin Dunbar in and Breeland ain't never come back. Did I say come back no more? Did I say won't be back no more? Did I say that? I think they won't be back. They won't be back. won't be back, I won't be back, I won't be back. I won't be back, I won't be back, I won't be back. I won't be back, I won't be back, I won't be back. Yeah. Sure, I hated that Shirley Caesar, y'all. But I'm just saying, though, when you look at it, though, I told y'all about this. I told y'all that this day was coming. I told the people, don't be masked by the foolishness. Rob Kelly, I called this thing to the T. I told y'all he wouldn't be able to play. It's on tape. I told y'all about Terrell Pryor. I told y'all because he did it on one side of the mountain don't necessarily mean it's going to transcend on the other side of the mountain, because the roughs and the rocks and the patterns is different on one side of the mountain than it is on the other. But y'all fell into the Terrell Pryor sweepstakes. Let's talk about it. I mean that y'all want to scrap things up, scrap the team up, play the blame game. You will listen to the Sports Revival. Anything that's happening right now, I told you that this was going to happen. And watch this. Y'all got to be careful about this, because I keep hearing people say that Jay Gruden's job is safe. Don't count your money so much on that. Don't count your money so much on that Jay Gruden's job is safe. Let him go ahead and lose the next 3 games as head coach of the Washington Redskins, especially getting their ass whipped like they did against the Chargers. Dan Snyder to take that $2 million 2-year contract extension and tell him to take that money and go about his business and hire another coach. I know I'm burning some of y'all ears this morning. Your little RG3, little nappy, little yellow head, cockeyed, loving. Yeah, I said it. But at the end of the day, when you want to start sacrificing the lamb, to give for offering, because see, that's what got to happen here when it comes to the Washington Redskins. Somebody got to become the lamb to be sacrificed to say, oh, hold it up, wait a minute, this is why we the way we finish, because of this lamb here. You got fans looking for a lamb. You got players looking for a lamb. You got players saying, on that midnight train to Georgia, I'm up out of here. You got players saying that when I signed up for this Jubilee, that we was going to be partying along the way. See. But see now, what you about to see happen is the coaches is about to hold up a lamb. And if Gruden ain't careful, what you really about to see is you about to see Bruce Allen hold Jay Gruden up like a lamb to save his job. Man, Mike Underwood, it ain't about big name coach. They'll sit there and make Greg Minuski the coach just to save face for a season or 2. So I'm not concerned about that. But look, though, let's take a break. When we come back, y'all, I'm in it to win. I want to hear from y'all. 703-763-4979 is the number. Let's go, y'all.
Network Radio.
You're looking at buy, sell, or invest in the Washington metropolitan area, give me a call, 240-356-3580. When you do, mention Mountaintop Network Radio and receive a free CMA on your current home. Once again, this is Maurice Wood with Ghost and Real Estate. Give me a call today, 240-356-3580.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Hey y'all, this is Claudette from Rucker Apparel, where we specialize custom design t-shirts. Our shirts range from infants to adult 5X. We make shirts for groups, churches, organizations, and we will do personalized shirts of your favorite sports team. If you mention the Rev T Sports Revival or Mountaintop Network Radio, you will get a 10% discount off your first order. You can reach us on Facebook at Rucker Apparel. You can email us at ruckerapparel@gmail.com, or you can even give us a call at 202-577-5903. Get your custom t-shirt.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Maurice Wood with Ghost Real Estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Washington metropolitan area, give me a call, 240-356-3580. When you do, mention Mountaintop Network Radio and receive a free CMA on your current home. Once again, this is Maurice Wood with Ghost Real Estate. Give me a call today, 240-356-3580. Real estate is a relationship business. Let's build one.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Crystal M. Adair on Mountaintop Network Radio, where the people's voice can be heard. I'm a motivational speaker and an author of the newly released Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. Go click on Amazon right now. Get your 5-star copy with great reviews. I promise you, it's a book that will change your life. Again, Crystal M. Adair with Mountaintop Network Radio. Tune in again for my motivational minutes.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Steven Askins, host of the Inside Blitz. You can catch me Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. And we'll break down the Thursday night game, talk about the Sunday games, give you injury and fantasy pointers. So tune in Sunday morning, 10 to 11 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Yeah, we stirring it up in the pot, y'all. We live right here in Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T on Twitter, at Sport Revival, at MTN Radio. Man, we so glad to be here with the people on Thursday, y'all. The Motivational Minutes, Crystal is dead. Yeah. See, I get y'all all excited and everything. I ain't want to get y'all all excited and stuff. But before we went to break, we was talking about this dysfunction with the Washington Redskins. Man, good morning to big brother Adolphus Percy Wiggins. We see you, Daryl Long. Good morning to you, too. Michael Cowboy Johnson. Good morning, Tammy and Dana Dream Fennell. Good morning, Cuzzo. We see y'all tuning in. Big brother Hassan Martin, always a pleasure. Big brother William Farmer, good morning to you. And Richard from that Wilson tribe, man. We see you, champion. I tell it to the hot, I tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul. I don't want to talk to nobody lying, and I damn sure ain't got time to be talking to nobody that be signifying when it come to talking sports in the DMV. But back to the, to this thing with the Washington Redskins. You know, I was speaking about the sacrificial lamb. Everybody is looking for a lamb to sacrifice to say why it was a reason or a season that the Washington Redskins got the woes right now. And one thing I'm going to stand on that's definite, and one thing I'm going to stand on that's damn sure true, is a lot of this comes down to the coaching. Jay Gruden, and I've said this before, and I'll stand on this, Jay Gruden doesn't prepare this team at a level like they're supposed to be prepared. And if you listen to DJ Swearinger's comment, I was saying, who was they directed to? Who do you think he was addressing or speaking of, or what group was he speaking of when he said what he said out his mouth? See, in life, you have to understand that every cause has an effect. Every effect comes from a cause. And the thing is, And when I look at it and then I listen to GJ Swerve's comments, I'm thinking he directing it at the coach. He did it a couple of weeks back where he said the way that they prepared for the game, that it was flat, that he didn't like the way that they came out. I think it was the Dallas game he was speaking of. So for a player to come back another week and say the same thing again, although DJ Swerve, he done got beat a couple of weeks, y'all. But he has been a mainstay and a staple for this defense this year. This man came out and said, we're not preparing the right way. We're not preparing aggressive enough. In other words, he's saying our practices is like we out on the Bahamas in Club Med somewhere, instead of our practices being like we playing in the hard concrete jungles of this thing they call football and they call life. Now, you can look at this situation with the Washington Redskins and so many levels, and so many people to blame, so many people to point the fingers at. But you got to start with the root. I know some of y'all want to say it's Bruce Allen's fault. I know some of y'all want to say they did Scott McCloughan wrong. I know some of y'all want to say, oh, they did RG3 wrong. But you can't look back and change none of that. But what you got to do is look at what's happening now, the coach now, how things is happening now as Jay Gruden as the head coach. They're dysfunctional. And we could talk about injuries. We could talk about players not playing up to par or turning out to be what they paid them to be. But at the end of the day, though, a coach, a real coach, know how to turn water into wine. And damn sure if you can't turn it into wine, you damn sure can make it taste and feel like it's damn wine. A coach. So at the end of the day, when you sit down and you look at this thing, you got to start the coach first. Because on so many levels, on so many nights, we done watched Jay Gruden fail this team as far as preparation. We see a jump start in the second quarter. We'll see a jump start in the fourth quarter when all else has failed. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, it's the coaches who have failed this team. See, you know, I know what people say, well, you can't blame it on the coaches, you got to blame it on the players. No, before you start blaming the players, you got to blame the coach, because the coach got to bring everything, 150, 120, 200% out of his players. And that don't necessarily mean that you got to be the rah-rah, wrap him up type of coach. Go ask Joe Gibbs how he did it. Go ask Tom Landry how he did it. Go ask Bear Bryant how he did it. Right? Go ask the late Don Shula how he did it. Right? Go ask Dennis Green how he did it, right? So at the end of the day, it starts with coaching. This Tom Mazzulla. What you doing with this defense? They're setting them up for failure. Players can go out there and make mistakes all day long. But what are you doing as a coach to say, I'm going to simplify my offense, I'm going to simplify my defense, so that we can go out there and stop people instead of doing this same damn dumb foolishness over and over again? Then you can go start dissecting the players and calling them out one by one. Then you can start going to the players and holding the lamb up to the sky and say, I'm here to sacrifice this lamb. I know some of y'all woke up this morning and said, I didn't think I was going to come to the sports revival and hear a sports sermon when it comes to the Washington Redskins. But at the end of the day, though, the truth shall set you free. And everything going to be all right. I want to take a break real quick. We come back off a break, y'all. Good morning to Santa Laura. We see you tuning in. Appreciate you so much. Julius Valentine, good morning to you. Jamila Bryan, good morning to you, mama. Kevin Coon, good morning, Chain. Michael Cowboy John say, you got that right. Kevin Coon say exactly. Joey Sun say, preach, brother. Red, we should have seen it coming. The way they preparing training camp is how they playing now. Now Jay want to be laid back and not holding these players accountable. Good morning, Chuck and Leah Harden out there in Ken Lang. But do you understand? Hey, Jerry Sutton, man, I'm with you 100%. Club man, they look to kick back and lay like, man, the hell no. See, how could I say this? I like training camp, and I'm glad it's opened up to the public. And you can go out there to the training camp and see the players practice and stuff or whatever. But I wish they go back to old like they had training camp in Carlisle back in the day, where it was real secluded. Wasn't all the lights and all the pomp and circumstances and all the celebrations and all this foolishness going on. It was just bumps. They go to a damn hotel room and lay up in the bed. You go ask them players back in the day, they was laying on bunk beds, making it hard for them. They eating good. Call it diet training. The hell with that. See, you know, I can say a lot about today's players and athletes and how they do things, but look, let's take a break. When we come back, y'all, I'm going to keep rolling with this. I'm on fire right now. 703-763-4979 is the number you want to call in. We be right back, y'all. Come on, get on the bus and march with me, y'all. Right here on Mountain Top Network Radio DMV. It's the Rev T Sports Revival. Let's go.
Network Radio.
Custom design t-shirts. Our shirts range from infants to adult 5X. We make shirts for groups, churches, organizations, and we will do personalized shirts of your favorite sports team. If you mention the Rev T Sports Revival or Mountaintop Network Radio, you would get a 10% discount off your first order. You can reach us on Facebook at Rucker Apparel. You can email us at ruckerapparel@gmail.com, or you can even give us a call at 202-577-5903.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Maurice Wood with Golden Real Estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Washington metropolitan area, give me a call, 240-356-3580. When you do, mention Mountaintop Network Radio and receive a free CMA on your current home. Once again, this is Maurice Wood with Golden Real Estate. Give me a call today, 240-356-3580. Real estate is a relationship business. Let's build one.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Crystal M. Adair on Mountaintop Network Radio, where the people's voice can be heard. I'm a motivational speaker and an author of the newly released Therapy, a memoir novella by Crystal M. Adair. Go click on Amazon right now. Get your 5-star copy with great reviews. I promise you, it's a book that will change your life. Again, Crystal M. Adair with Mountaintop Network Radio. Tune in again for my motivational minutes.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
This is Steven Askins, host of the Inside Blitz. You can catch me Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio DMV. where we will break down the Thursday night game, talk about the Sunday games, give you injury and fantasy pointers. So tune in Sunday morning, 10 to 11 a.m. right here on Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV.
Mountaintop Network Radio.
Yeah, we sitting in live, y'all, right here, Mountaintop Network Radio, DMV. I'm Savon Fennell at the Real Rev T. We so glad to be here with the people this morning on Thursday. Man, I'm just telling it like it is this morning, y'all. You know, when it comes to the Washington Redskins, the blame game is happening. And I keep telling the people, if you been listening to the Sports Revival, anything and everything that's happening and going on with the Washington Redskins, it wouldn't be a surprise to you, because I told you of these things that was gonna come. And I know a lot of y'all saying, damn, Rev, you don't know what you talking about. I know a lot of y'all saying, that man, don't go listen to his show because he ain't talking no sports. But see, that's my haters talking to you. But the real fans, the real supporters of the Rev T Sports Revival can tell you, man, he called a spade for a spade and a monkey's ass for a monkey's ass too. I'm just saying, man, good morning, man, to my good friend, man. My boss a little bit, so to speak, y'all. Brian Harness, he tuning in this morning. I see you, Chain. Good dude, man. I appreciate you so much, man. And then Jim Craig, we say, man, Jim Craig say, when I went to training camp, it was like a carnival atmosphere. Yeah. Only thing that was missing, Jim, was some damn rides and some ring toss games and dot games and prize damn giveaways. But it wasn't no real hardcore, be scared, we got to be out here popping them, sopping type atmosphere going on and training game. You know, at the end of the day, when you look at it, man, the whole scenario that you know when it comes down to it is that, you know, the Washington Redskins we've seen over these last 4 or 5 games have been unprepared. But I'm sorry, y'all. I was sitting here talking the whole time and no one heard me. I had mute my mic, but I'm just saying, though, when it all comes down to it, and you look at the scenario of this thing with the Washington Redskins, you know, all of this is about coaching. Coaching. A coach got to put these players in positions to win. If you know you injured, you got injuries, then you got to change your game plan to play to the players that you have suited up. I mean, you know, let's talk about this, y'all, about adjustments. You know, it's more than just adjustments that have to be made. In time in and time out, we see Jay Gruden come out at halftime, no halftime adjustments at all, whatsoever. And you ask yourself, what is he doing? Why do they keep getting beat like that? Why do they find themselves being a second quarter team instead of a first quarter team? Why do they find themselves being a fourth quarter team instead of being the start of the third quarter type team? Why is it that he seems to want to put a file underneath their asses in situations where he allowed them to get to? Jay Gruden. And I'll say this, and I keep standing on this. If you let Kirk Cousins go, if the Redskins let Kirk Cousins walk about it here, then goddamn it, you need to go ahead and blow the whole damn ship up and let it sink and then build it back up anew. And the wishful thought to be about it is, if they could go ahead and throw Bruce Allen in it, I know that'll make even some of y'all even more happier than what you are now. But before you start cutting heads and start looking for the sacrificial lamb. Don't talk about Snyder. You can't even talk about Bruce Allen. You can't even start to slay Kirk Cousins. You can't even start to slay the defense. You can't even start to slay the wide receivers. You can't even start slaying the running backs. You can't even start slaying the offensive line. You can't start slaying the defensive line until you slay the damn coach. All of them. Gruden, Thomasula, Minuski, that Bama on special teams. You got to start asking them, what have you done for me lately to make me successful as a player? What have you done for me lately to make us successful as an offensive unit, as a defensive unit, as a special teams, as a team in whole? What have you done for me lately, coaches? And you'll sit back and you'll watch and you'll ask yourself about that. See, Jay Gruden got to find a way to make these boys jump off a bridge for him. And don't worry about drowning. Don't worry about killing them damn selves. He ain't found that way yet. And when you got players starting to come out and question the way that they prepare, the way that they get ready to sit down at the table and eat when it comes to the game of football, that the table ain't prepared right. The fork ain't where it's supposed to be at. The knife ain't where it's supposed to be at. The spoon ain't where to be at. The plate ain't in the right position. And the food that the coaches is serving, the players don't seem to be digesting the right damn way to be successful. The coaches. So before I leave you today, y'all gonna sit there and ask yourself, who is the lamb? Who is the lamb? I'm curious to know from you, the people, who is the lamb? Who do you sacrifice? Who is to blame for all of this? Christopher McDonald? William Bay Billy Hampton? L. Dub? Who is to blame for this? Joey Sutton? Who is to blame for this? Jim Crager? Who is to blame for this? Albert Leon Cross Sr.? Who is to blame for this? Jeffrey Cool Breed Anderson Sr.? Who is to blame for this? Kevin Coons, who is to blame for this? Because right now in Ashburn, it's a whole lot of drama in that lane. Somebody saying, stop, and what's that sound? Everybody looking at what's going on and what's going down. But I'm here to tell you, though, 703-763-4979 is the number. We'll be back on the airways. If you want to call and leave a message when we off air, you can. I'll tell it to the hot, I'll tell it to the cold. You got to come to the Sports Revival to fill up your soul with all that good sports talk. I don't want no line, and I damn sure don't want nobody to be signifying. I'm Tavon Fennell at The Real Rev T on Twitter. I'll see y'all on next time.
promise made. No, I need to talk to some people that's waiting on God to do something that He promised. Then look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's already done. Now praise Him like it's already done. Everything's gonna be alright.
Network Radio.
They said I'll be hollering and screaming. They said I could never talk good sports radio.
What you talking about, Willie?
But I told them.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
So I found out.
It's a transmitter. It's a radio for speaking.
So I saw the light talking sports radio.
I have seen the light!
So I thought about starting Rev T Sports Revival.
By George, he's got it. By George, he's got it.